saya Sumardy, saya founder di startup teknologi bernama MANTAB. Pertama pasti secara teknis mengulangin dan mengingat apa yang akan dipresentasikan di slide dan di pitch deck. Terus ya yang kedua pastinya secara non teknis ya persiapan alat, laptop, memastikan semuanya bisa berjalan dengan baik. Ini pastinya sangat membantu ya. Jadi kan ya bootcamp dengan waktu yang singkat tapi dengan konten dengan isi yang cukup lengkap gitu ya dan sangat fokus mengarahkan kita memang ikut pitching dan menyiapkan semua bahan dari perspektif investor. Iya sih pastinya saya sih sangat merekomendasikan ya kalau memang nanti ada teman-teman atau rekan-rekan saya yang memang tertarik untuk mendapatkan investasi karena memang kita benar-benar disiapkan ya, jadi tidak hanya diberikan informasi tapi benar-benar disiapkan dan memang mengarahkan kita untuk memang bisa meyakinkan investor dari kacamata investor itu sendiri. Hello everyone, I'm Sumardy from MANTAB, Jakarta, Indonesia. I'm here seeking for $350,000 for 10% of equity. So MANTAB is digitalizing Indonesia traditional paddle into a modern F&B bike. So we started MANTAB by doing a bootstrapping, two co-founders, 1 billion of bootstrapping since May of 2019, 6 months of product immersion and research. And we really started in the market in December 2019. Started our market validations. And this is how it looks like in the market when we do the market research, market emissions. So this is where we are now. Starting from December 2019, we have more than 50,000 of products sold. We are revenue stage currently. So this is how it looks like in the cities. So this is the data from December 2019. So during PSBB, so we have a bit slowings, but we regained the traction since June 2020. So the average income from our paddlers is around $10 to $20 per day with 13% of MANTAB gross margins. So this is how we try to streamline the supply chain as we deal directly with the manufacturer, so it provides more efficient product supply for the traditional paddlers. So there are 4 things that we do to modernize and solve their problem. So within these last 9 months, basically we have been legalized and upgrade these traditional paddlers with MANTAB. So our next thing is basically to try to scale up this business by modernizing or optimize them. So our goal is basically launch applications so we can basically scale up the transactions and help the traditional paddler to earn more customers and transactions. We have 3 revenue models and those 3 are working now. The first 2 are basically we earn 5-10% margin from each product that we supply to the paddlers. And for each transactions, we earn 20% commissions unless for the cigarette as the margin is very low, we only take fixed fee. So the recent one, starting this week, we just deal with one of the biggest manufacturers in Indonesia, where they are going to start to put some ads and promotions with our bike. So we do a pilot starting next week with 20 to 25 of bikes. So these 3 models are basically working. Next. So we aim to reach 100,000 case of bikes within the next 5 years. So to provide around 100,000 jobs for the traditional paddlers. So we are seeking for 350,000 of USDs for 10% of equities. We would like to expand our teams and also to modernize and also provide more modern stuff for the traditional paddlers. So this is our near-term goals to scale up the business with applications. So within the last 9 months, we do focus on the offline transaction to basically prove our 3 revenue models. So we are looking for strategic investors to partner with us so we can make a social impact profitably by upgrading and also modernizing the low-income traditional peddler in Indonesia. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sumardy. You guys are in a great space. I will open it up for questions to the investors straight away, so in the interest of time.
Yeah, Sumardy, you mentioned about the legality of your operations. Can you explain or elaborate more about that?
Okay, so basically, the legality is from 2 points of view. So the first one is how basically we make sure that each transaction each transaction collected is basically taxable, because so far most basically the peddler is not even considered as micro business because their annual income is basically even less than 100 million, while based on the government standards, micro business is at least 300 millions of Indonesia rupiah. So the first one is try to make sure that when they join us, basically we can show to government, prove to the government that every transactions counted are basically will be reported and it is taxable. The second one, once we are consolidating these numbers of traditional peddlers, we basically would like to work with government. So currently, just for information, we are in the process of discussions with the Ministry of Cooperasi and Small Medium Enterprise, how to basically support us, especially in this pandemic era. So this kind of industry, the peddlers, the pedagang keliling, are basically the most impacted by the pandemic. So basically, we try to do 2 types of approach to regularize. The first one is from the financial and tax point of view. The second one is basically by doing a government relationship to make sure that these peddlers are accommodated in the regulations and also approved by the government.
Second question is, I noticed that peddlers are actually independent right now, at least the way I see it. Why do they have to join you?
Okay, so there are 2 unique selling propositions that we offer to them. But first one, because of the issues of illegality, so most of the times, once they run this business on the street, where basically they are doing the business by keep moving around, as they are considered as illegal, so most of the time security, or in Jakarta we call it a Satpol PP, will able to basically just stop their business, catch them, take their bike, take their stuff without returning it back. So this is basically what happened in the market. So that's the first point of view. So when we legalize them, we try to make sure that this is something that would not happen. Okay, so they can run the business really well. The second one, basically in terms of product and also business point of view, but because even we take 20% of commissions, so financially, our model is basically workable for them instead of they run it individually. For instance, like this one, if they run it individually, when they sell coffee, they basically need hot water, they need ice. So basically, they buy in the nearest warung or warteg, right? So that basically can cost them $1 million a month. So we basically offer them models. If you join us, you basically pay us for the hot waters and all of those ice with a subscription base. Let's say a month you only pay 100,000, you get all free additional supporting service from us. So even though we take 20% commission, so in terms of revenue and business model, it doesn't really impact them. And I think the additional point of view is once we launch applications, basically we would like to increase their revenue, their income. So this is something that we would like to reach and to do in the near-term goals within the next 3 months.
Okay, yeah, I would like to talk more, outside this event after this.
Certainly, we'll be happy to. Does anybody want to join?
Yes, from Panama, we would like to meet with Sumardy.
Certainly, Sandra, we'll be happy to connect you.
Okay,
wonderful.
we'll arrange those meetings, Sumardy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sumardy. All the best.
I would also like to.
I think it went really good. A bit nervous, but I think all of the preparations has prepared us really well. So I think it went really well and as expected. I think the experience is extremely good, quite give us a lot of benefits because it brings different perspective from the other similar kind of approach, because it's really put us and help us from the investor point of view. So I think it's extremely good and beneficial for me.